The day that I testified, I called my mother's sister and I told her that it didn't happen. He never touched me. My aunt beat us to the courthouse. There was a screaming match going on in the middle of the hallway in front of the courtroom between the ADA on the case and my aunt and a crowd. It was just chaos. The ADA made sure that I was not allowed to speak to a soul until I testified. I told a white lie that I thought was going to get him out of our world, out of our lives. I didn't realize what was going to happen to him.
Georgette, you've got an interesting position in all this because you witnessed the call between Alyssa and Aunt Stacy, right? Mm-hmm. And what did you hear?
Alyssa called and said that she couldn't go through it, that she just wanted to tell the truth, and that, you know, she knew that she made a mistake. When we got there, it was just like a tug of war. Stacy wants to see Alyssa, and the district attorney was like, no, that's it. We have her statement already on video, and that's all we need. And you're not gonna have a conversation with her. And they just kept her away from us.
Well, you said you heard her say two things. One, I don't want to go through with this. Mm-hmm. And two, I want to tell the truth. Mm-hmm. And those are two very different things. I don't want to go through with it. They could just be scared and not wanting to go down there and around all these people. But the second part of that, I just want to tell the truth. Mm-hmm. That's a very different thing than I just don't want to go through with it. You not want to go through with it because you're scared and intimidated.
Right. Correct. Yeah, because I had already had a conversation with Alyssa. She had already told me that it wasn't the truth. But at this point, they were ready to go to trial that day.
When you went down there, the DA separated her from her aunt.
From us, from both of us.
From you and her aunt. Mm-hmm. So she wouldn't let you or Stacy around you.
I grabbed her and went running toward him to get hold of him before he disappeared on us. Told him, like, Alyssa can't testify, and he's like, oh, yes, she is. And I'm like, no, I don't mean because she can't. I mean, it didn't happen. She didn't think it would go this far. This needs to be stopped. And they whisked her away, and he's screaming at me, there's no way in hell I've been working on this case for 2 or 2.5 years. I'm not stopping a damn thing. And like we were screaming back and forth. Like he totally shattered everything I grew up believing in the justice system.
Where'd the DA take you?
It was at least 2 floors above the, I guess Judge Hand's office was on the 2nd floor.
I think they were on the 2nd floor.
And then at least 4th floor in an empty grand jury room. And this door was locked, and this door had a Jefferson Parish police officer with a gun on his hip that stood there until he was given the all clear to drag me back into the courtroom. And I'm in 7th, 8th grade, 13, 14 years old at that. Took me away from everybody, completely petrified me.
And you told the DA, I want to tell the truth, I don't want to say this. What did you tell the DA?
The DA and I never had a conversation after the incident in the hallway. What she said about he doesn't need me, he's gonna put me on that stand whether I say it or not. He's got the video evidence, which is the children's advocacy video. That was a major part of today's win.
Right.
He didn't care what I had to say. So I got on the stand, and out of straight fear, because I know the things that are being threatened to my mom. I know what's being told to her by the DA's office. You know, she's panicking because Child Protection Services, you know, they're talking about putting her in jail and taking us away, and, you know, and this is just from the DA's office. This has got nothing to do with her not complying with their investigation. This was just threats if she didn't.
Do you have a story or a question for me? Click the link in the description and tell me what in the world is going on.